Well. It seems like it's more L's are racking up for Michael Vick, or should I say Michael Prick, as one LVZ would say. Shout out to one LVZ. Yeah, the L's are racking up a lot more faster than the rack of ribs at a Winn-Dixie store. His throwing his little shade on Colin Kaepernick, saying that Kaepernick needs to go clean cut, that he need to get a haircut, cut his afro, because you're dealing with a lot, which I believe, and I'm gonna agree with Town Biz. First of all, shout out to Town Biz, and shout out to 93 Sports News too for bringing me this incident. I didn't even know nothing about it till I got off last night, and I seen the notification on my phone. You know, which I go back, like I said, believe, because, you know, Michael Vick is what I would call, and I said this yesterday, private talks with my brother, Ambassador Goodman Ill, that he is the example of basically a broken man. He is the exact product of a Willie Lynch syndrome, you know, as well as Stockholm syndrome too. But I'm gonna get to that when it regarding Colin Kaepernick. Because notice, like, if you go back to my last video I did, which is still climbing, it's getting a lot of views on there, almost 900 something views, and I think it's over 1,000 views now and counting. I'm sorry, and the feedback I got on there was absolutely tremendous, with a little 1, maybe 2% of idiotic trolls and all that I cussed the hell out and blocked them. No problem like that. But to all the ones with the positive feedback, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And all that, because I said it before and I say it again, nobody gets out here and berates Colin Kaepernick. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. With that said, I believe what Town Biz say. I totally believe this, and I felt this, that I believe the NFL set Vick up to come out there and say that stupid, absurd comment regarding Colin Kaepernick and his status of being unemployed right now by the NFL, or why he's not signed to none of the 32 NFL ball clubs. And I stated this very well too before. But now the latest that came out regarding with Michael Vick, he tried to backtrack on it, retract his statement, but you know, social media and all that, it's too late for that. It's too late for that. You know, you telling somebody to get a haircut. Look, man, and like Shannon Sharp said, Mike, you a convicted felon. You had to change your image. Colin Kaepernick's never broken any laws. Colin Kaepernick never broken any rules. He hasn't killed nobody. Colin Kaepernick hasn't committed no domestic violence. Colin Kaepernick has never raped anybody in regards to Ben Roethlisberger, Ray Lewis, or Josh Brown. You know. But those clowns still got employed by the NFL. Michael Vick, you had to clean your image up, so you had to get a second chance. So, you know, you looking at Michael Vick, you look in his eyes, what you see is a broken man, you know, who bent over backwards, you know, face down, behind up, and got the penetration by Roger Goodell in the NFL, just so he can get back in. Case in point, you know, everything you did when you got dropped by the Falcons, picked up by the Eagles, right there, and I said symbolically, when he was with the Falcons, he was a Haru, he was God, no doubt about that. But then he became an Eagle, he basically became an entity to an employee of a corporation. Because see, like, think about with the Eagle people, the Philadelphia Eagles, but think about an Eagle when them NFL games start. And trust me, I will not be watching no NFL games, none of the football this season. I am man caught in the NFL. You know how they always sing that bullshit national anthem, and they always flying the eagle around. You know, because when you look at the USA, which is a corporation and not a country, get that through y'all heads. The symbol of the corporation is an eagle. Okay? Eagles can fly, but they don't fly as high as a falcon, nor as fast. And eagles eat carrion. Don't get it twisted. See, the NFL put Michael Vick in his place a long time ago. And see, all that started during his days with Atlanta when Arthur Blank, the owner of the Falcons, gave him that contract for like $132 million back then. That made him one of the highest paid QBs, the highest paid player in the NFL. And you know the beef that he got from particularly Caucasian players. They didn't want to see a person of color making that type of money. And we stood behind Vick. But for him to go ahead and try to do this to Colin Kaepernick is absolutely preposterous and ludicrous and asinine. But let's go get on to it, because now, you know, like, look at this shit Vick was doing. The dog fighting thing, he was stupid to have dudes, probably his brother Marcus, going on his property holding dog fights and stuff. Different dudes coming in and out the house and stuff. How we know? Ask D'Angelo Hall. He can tell you. And even D'Angelo Hall tried to tell Vick, man, dog, you can't even be having this different cats coming in up out the house. Nah, dog, it don't look good. Don't look good at all. Don't look good at all. You know? Doing that, from going head here and giving other different women he probably was messing around with, giving them herpes and stuff, going under the alias of Ron Mexico. Yeah. You know, 2005, isn't that right, Vick? That you gave your ex-mistress herpes. Facts. Now, as far as regarding Colin Kaepernick, the latest person to come out to basically rip a new one in him. Let me just pull that up right now. Would be former Super Bowl champ, New England Patriot defensive end, Chris Long, who now plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. Chris Long, in case y'all don't know, he happens to be the son of Howie Long, NFL Hall of Famer, former Oakland Raider great. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, when I think of the Oakland Raiders during around then, Howie Long comes to mind, because his dad was a beast on that damn D-line, though. And he doesn't fall far. His brother Cal played for the Chicago Bears. But Chris Long came out, and he basically recently ripped a new asshole in Michael Vick. He ripped a new asshole in him. You know. Let me see if I can go ahead. I'm going to try to see if I can pull that up. Sorry about that. I mean, the shit there was just... It wasn't crazy, but... Let's just go ahead and go right here. saying, and this is coming from the Philadelphia CBS Philly. They're affiliated in Philadelphia. You know, Philadelphia. Eagles defensive end Chris Long took exception to Michael Vick's comments about Colin Kaepernick. The former Eagles quarterback said Kaepernick, who remains unsigned after a controversial season with the 49ers, should cut his hair. And this is what Vick said. As y'all could go back on my video I did of him, I basically went in on Vick about that. And he said, first thing we got to get Colin to do is cut his hair. Listen, I'm not up here trying to be politically correct, but even if he puts cornrows in there, I don't think he should represent himself in that way in terms of just the hairstyle. Now, Chris Long took exception to that, and he responded to Vick's comments via Twitter, saying he had a dirty mullet last year, which he did, and that he believes Kaepernick could be a starter for a handful of teams. Absolutely. And I'm going to just read the tweets that Chris Long sent. And let me tell you something, man. What I'm about to say about Chris Long will blow your mind. Vick's thing is confusing because he says that CK is unemployed because of performance, but a haircut would help. What am I missing there? Right. And he goes ahead and also tweets, also, Vick's redemption opportunity, while deserved, is way different than CK's current situation. Yep, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I guess he was responding back to some troll by the name of Joel L909 and stuff. And, you know, cat up there, you know, probably a Kaepernick hater. You know, and Chris responded back to the troll saying, I'm not a leftist, moron. I'm trying to make sense of why one of the best 32 quarterbacks on planet Earth doesn't have a job. Plus, we're talking about out his haircut. Right. You know, and Chris goes to say, I had a dirty mullet last year. Plus, I worked for that. I guess making this to Michael Vick. I had a dirty mullet last year. Plus work for that company you love. You know, the one with the 5 rings on your background that you'll never touch. Ooh. The irony is that MV actually says he thinks Cap's social actions is a good thing. That's what makes the call for an image revamp strange. Shoot. And Chris Long goes, in the 2016 stats, I think is Kaepernick's on. Let me see. 23rd quarterback rating, 29th in yards, 25th in touchdowns, 6th in interceptions percentage, 23 yards attempted. Let me guess, no credit at 13-3, all blame in 16, 1-3 of 32 worthy. You know, and he also said, to top it off, that's something I like to know, but there are a handful of teams I think he's a starter for. Unquote. Now, you know, I probably could go in another link. Let me see something just to make sure. I know that's directly from Philly. I think that weighs in on them. Now, in case y'all don't know, I think I got that picture, what Chris Long talking about, his dirty mullet. In case y'all don't know what he talking about, this is what he was talking about. That's a picture of Chris Long there, but you're not gonna really see it right there. Let me see if I can get it. No, that's not it. Sorry about that. And that's the same one right there. But I do have the picture. That's the idiot though, but we gonna put it right there. Yeah, that's one for the books there. Hold on. Damn, I think I had this shit. Now we're going right back. Here we go. Nah, there's Chris Long's mullet right there. I remember him wearing that mullet all last year with the Patriots. This is when they beat Atlanta, beat the Super Bowl. Y'all see Howie right there. That's his dad. Okay? Howie Long, NFL Hall of Famer, Oakland Raider great. Everybody knows who Howie Long is in the Bay Area. And to all my people in the Bay Area, Town Biz, all that, y'all know that. And I mean, I'm gonna jump on this hair thing, because you know it's like it's getting real ridiculous. It's really getting ridiculous right about now. You know, with Michael Vick saying that. I mean, he's around here cooning for capital, or cooning just a bootlicking and buck dancing so he can get him an NFL gig. Because let's just face it, me and my brother Bastard Goodman were talking the other day, and we say, like, look, let's just face it, Michael Vick is not going to get a job as a backup quarterback ever again. So now he's trying to go ahead here, and he's trying to get him something in sports media as a broadcaster. Same thing with Ray Lewis. That Ray Lewis did. That's why he was on Suck For Yourself with that oversized 400+ pound manatee and stuff. Jason Whitcock. You know, that's what he was on there for. Personally, as for Jason Whitlock, my personal thing, I would wish that WWE superstar Braun Strowman would just come from behind and just choke the living crap out of him. And anybody that's a wrestling fan know who Braun Strowman is. That's that big motherfucker right there. Joker like about 6'9", 450 pounds and stuff. You know, Michael Vick doing this bullshit that he doing and stuff like that. I mean, I seen some comments from some of my subs say like he could probably be under that MK Ultra, or he could be a clone and all that stuff. Look, I'm not saying if it is or if it's not or whatever like that. It possibly could be, but one thing is for certain we all agree on. He is in a sunken place. But yet, though, you're supposed to be a child of God. If you're a child of God, you wouldn't never did what you did or said what you said about Colin Kaepernick. Nigga, you fought dogs. You killing dogs. And you know how these Caucasians is when it come to dogs. After all, they damn slept in the bed with them. Anyway. But in Chris Long case, I've always liked it, Chris Long, man. You know what I'm saying? Chris Long kicked. The reason why I told you, like I said, about Chris Long, a lot of people y'all don't know about. He always kept it 100. He was one of the few Caucasians, NFL players that stood up and stood behind Kaepernick's protest 120-something%. You know, because you know. I mean, you go around in the NFL circles and around players in the locker room, they can tell you, nah, Chris Long, one of the coolest cats that's out there. I mean, like that, because this just goes to show and it proves my theory even more that not every so-called white person is a white supremacist. you know, and Chris Long isn't one of them. His dad definitely wasn't one of them. And, you know, so the apple don't fall from the tree. Him or his brother Kyle. So, you know, this is him right here when he playing with the Patriots last year. You know, he got him a Super Bowl ring, you know. So now he's over in Philly now. You know, hey, get your money, man. Get your money. And to top it all off, he was one of the 6 Patriot players that refused to go to go see 45. That they totally declined it, along with Martellus Bennett, Devin McCurdy, and other 2 other players and stuff. Like, you know, forget him being like the only white guy, but still though, that spoke volumes right there. You know, so that's why Chris Long will always be one of my favorites. And, you know, and on top of that, he stood up for Kaepernick, because he know what Kaepernick, he addressed the issue of why Kaepernick took a knee and why he was protesting. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's sad. It's really sad that here you got somebody that's outside of our race, that's outside our race, speaking up for Kaepernick. And Michael Vick, you couldn't even do that. He couldn't even do that, you know. And then on top of that, when his last little game, when he played back up to the rapist, to Ben Roethlisberger, that was a marriage made in heaven. Here you got a rapist, here you got a dog killer. This is the reception where he got when he was there during his days in Pittsburgh. Like I told you, you know. And then you got a black lady here. You got a sister here, a Steelers fan and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure she doesn't know what's going on and all that. See, Michael Vick, the NFL may give you a second chance, but as far as the people go and the fans, they not gonna forget. I mean, look at this shit, man. Look at this shit. As me being an animal lover, I could never do that to a dog. And to these troglodytes who around here protesting and all that stuff like that. You know, these are the same people who remain mum and quiet when a 12-year-old boy was playing in the park. 12-year-old black kid was playing in the park, and a cop rolls up and goes shoot him in the chest, not asking no identification or nothing. Where were they then? But see, like I told you, when it come down with these crackers, when it come down to animals being abused, oh man, look here, they all over the place. Peter, all of them, they all over the place. But Michael Vick, let this be a lesson to you. This is, I'm saying, they were still protesting your ass when you was in Pittsburgh and stuff. But then you go ahead and you go pull this junkie stunt by trashing Colin Kaepernick, saying, oh, well, I think he just need to clean up his image a bit. Get a haircut. Go clean cut. You went clean cut. Remember the days you had cornrows? Remember the days you had cornrows, man? And did it help you? Nope. You still did 18 months in Leavenworth. The hell wrong with this fool, man? I still get heated about that. I still get heated about that, man. I really do. You know. But the NFL set him up, and now you know he getting all type of backlash. He getting all type of he getting all type of backlash. He taking more L's. He's taking a lot more L's than the Cleveland Browns right about now. The Cleveland Browns are Super Bowl contenders compared to him. And according, I'm gonna go by what Torian Rain was saying about regarding Michael Vick. If that is true, about what I heard yesterday, that Michael Vick and Colin Kaepernick were really never that tight, then that further substantiate why Michael Vick said what he said. And see, like, and as regards to that, I'm not even going to show a picture of that fat Cleveland motherfucker, that fat fuck who looked like he could emass the entire state of Wyoming and Saskatchewan too, in Canada. Jason Fatlock. You know, he's always gonna try to find something. I think this motherfucker wakes up in the morning on his mind, okay, let's see what else I can do to piss Colin Kaepernick off. But Colin Kaepernick, the one thing I can say about him, fellow Scorpio, that, you know, he ain't back down. He doubled down he doubled down, and he basically in a classy way clapped back on Michael Prick. And it's regards to the inadvertent tweet. Let me see if I can find it. But anyway, though, and this is out of the LA Times. LA Times now, fam. That's it. Let me just read this. In fact, let me just go right here. Let me go back. Okay. This is what I wanted to show y'all. Stockholm Syndrome. This is what Kaepernick had tweeted inadvertently to Vick, and he did it. He ain't even got to say nothing. That right there proved it. Stockholm Syndrome. And let me educate y'all, my people, on something when it comes down to it. First of all, I want to give a shout out to my fellow Miami brother, Chauncey, the Black Separatist. You know, he's a YouTuber too. G-Mark Media. Go to his channel, support him. You know, the Stockholm Syndrome appears when an abused victim develops a kind of respect and empathy towards their abuser. It was named after a bank robbery in Stockholm when a group of bank employees were held hostage and developed a strong sense of empathy toward their captors. When this traumatic event was over, they even defended their captors by not wanting to say anything that might endanger their captors' freedom. This usually happens because the victim sees the smallest acts of decent behavior as an distracted event, which makes them see their captors as essentially good. This way, they leave aside all the negative behavioral distinctions of their captors and focus on the positive ones. This syndrome is also called traumatic bonding or victim brainwashing. This sums up Michael Vick perfectly. That sums him up to a T. But let me finish playing the video. Michael Vick, man, you basically played yourself, bro. You made yourself look asinine when you did that shit. As far as I'm concerned, shit, now you got Chris Long coming at you. You got Chris Long coming at you and stuff, and basically checked you. Now, you know, right now he is the laughingstock of social media, even as we speak. And he will continue to be the laughingstock of social media. Because the fact of the matter that, you know, you try to get out here and trash this man who basically, even unemployed, that Colin Kaepernick, he's still out here, he's putting in work. Colin Kaepernick is donating money, his time, passion and stuff to do things and standing up for black people, because he's addressing the social issue of unarmed black men, women, and children who are getting killed at an astronomical rate. At an astronomical rate. Get a better one. By law enforcement officers, most of whom are nothing but white supremacists who infiltrated law enforcement. You know. But this is like this. Kids, let this be a lesson to you. If you got any of those Michael Vick jerseys during his days with the Falcons, throw that shit in the trash. It wouldn't even be worth a plum nickel. Plain and simple. Colin Kaepernick has done more than Michael Vick or any other else like this. Now, it's bad enough that Michael Vick comes out and he said that shit about Kaepernick. It even got worse when Warren Moon, or as one LVZ would call him, Warren Coon. And I'm not gonna lie, I gotta agree with LVZ. Warren Moon these days do look like Donatello or Michelangelo or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He definitely does. You know, because that's even more proof and more sign right there that our brother is being blackballed. Because see, right now it's what, July 20th right now, and it's July 20th. Yeah, so it's July 20th. So, like, you know, the man being blackballed. Period. Let's just call it for what it is. You know, because like I said, my thing is like this, and I'm gonna leave the hashtag in the description. Man caught the NFL. You know, and I called you out on all these so-called Kaepernick fans, the ones that's, you know, slash football fans. If y'all really about supporting Kaepernick, because they're not giving this man a job, 32 NFL teams, all owned by a bunch of 50, 60, 70-something-year-old white guys who has not yet, to this day, talking about, oh, well, he disrespecting the flag and all this. Not just them, but so these freaking patriots. But nobody to this day hasn't addressed the issue of why he is protesting. Colin Kaepernick ain't did nothing but took a knee. Where does that say he cannot take a knee? Or more importantly, where it says that he has to stand up for the national anthem. I read the whole NFL contracting bargaining agreement, and it says that nowhere in there. See, it pays when you do your research and you do your homework. I know something like this is gonna be some idiotic Peckerwood trolls that want to try to come on my channel and flood it with their little asinine comments and stuff like that. Ain't gonna be no problem with me, because they, you know, I got choice words for y'all behinds too. And then I'm gonna lay down the block hammer. Shit. I said, boycott. It's time we boycott the NFL. Mancock the NFL. Until Colin Kaepernick is signed, like I said, none of us ain't watching. I know the entire LDBC said, like, man, we ain't watching no football. This shit, fuck that. Because I thought Michael Vick trying to up here want to have this man to become a $40 million slave, a plantation nigga. That ain't happening. And don't come until some of the idiots don't come on my shit talking about saying, oh well, Colin ain't even white. He ain't even black. His mama white and all that stuff. Idiot. His family lineage gonna come from his father's side because his family lineage is based right out of Ghana and Nigeria. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But like I said, man, Chris Long, man, look here. Gotta give kudos to that man. You know, even a white guy even coming in there and G-checking Michael Vick with his bullshit and Michael Vick's rhetoric. That's sad. But you know what? My hat tip goes out to Chris Long, man, for going ahead and keeping that 100 like that. Like I said, shout out to my brother 93 Sports News, 1LVZ, Chauncey the Black Separatist on GMOG OCTV media, and shout out to the rest of the entire LDBC, man. Shoot, I'll be back. Leave your comments down in the section. Hit that bell, man, when you want to subscribe, so when I put new videos up, y'all get that notification. Also follow that that hashtag I'm gonna put in there. It's gonna call Mancock the NFL, and it's gonna be another hashtag there that I think y'all gonna like. With that said, I'm out.